Legoland's newest roller coaster might just be their best yet. And yes, I'm talking about all of the Legolands. Introducing Galacticoaster, an exciting new indoor roller coaster debuting at both Legoland, Florida and California. At a cost of $40 million US, it's the largest single investment made to either of the US Lego parks. And it utilizes technology that we've really only seen on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. That's a Disney coaster. Galacticoaster is being hailed as mini Cosmic Rewind, and that's really what it is. With a 36-inch height requirement, this ride is designed for kids ages 6 through 12, but is absolutely enjoyable for teens, adults, and grandma and grandpa. The forces are tame, but the layout is interesting and unexpected, the theming is fantastic, and the creative use of their ride vehicles is really what makes this a win. Anytime you put a roller coaster indoors, it automatically makes it more exciting, but now you add in creative vehicle rotation, suddenly you don't know what's about to happen. Galacticoaster was built by Art Engineering, a German company that's really starting to have more of a presence in the family coaster market. Recently, they built Snoopy's Racing Railway at Carowinds and Canada's Wonderland, and we're getting a lot of attention for their massive attraction over at Lagoon Primordial. At an estimated cost between $80 to $100 million US, Primordial was the prototype that paved the way for Galacticoaster. It was the first time that we'd seen these two-car vehicles with 4-cross seating, just a lap bar, and you board horizontally. The cars are all in a line, and then as you dispatch, they pivot 90 degrees to face the track. On Primordial, spoiler alert, the trains don't have a controlled spin. The most you'll get is a 180-degree rotation, so riders face backwards. Galacticoaster kicks it up a notch with intentional and purposeful rotation that is not too sharp or too sudden and is the same every time. But when they surround the attraction with all this elaborate space theming, stars all around you, Lego bricks overhead, you're completely immersed in this space. This is easily the most story-driven roller coaster ever built at any Lego park. Your experience begins with an introduction to the Lego Galaxy. Very much a tribute to those old classic sets while also acknowledging those that are more recent. The ride as a whole feels very 80s. It's got so much charm and personality, and it sets it apart from other classic space-themed roller coasters. Yes, you're going to outer space, but this is absolutely still a Lego-based attraction. Your journey begins with a pre-show and the first animatronic Lego figure introduced to the Lego parks. Biff Digger is your guide who's going to help you through this experience. The basic story with Galacticoaster is that a giant asteroid is heading directly towards you. They call it the asteroid of probable destruction. But they've finally found the perfect way to dismantle this Lego asteroid, and that's using these brick separators. Incredibly clever and very meta. Your job is to help dismantle it, but first you're going to need a spaceship. As you exit this room, they're going to give you a bracelet that you'll link with the ride vehicles, and that will help contribute and personalize your ride experience. Inside this bracelet is an RFID chip that you'll tap to a corresponding screen after you've designed your vehicle. You'll pick the nose, the tail, the wings, and there are 625 possible combinations. Yes, those are burgers for wings. From here, you'll make your way up to the load platform, climb aboard your vehicle. There are a lot of trains on the track at once, up to 2 trains navigating the actual gravity section at a time. You'll start with a 90-degree turn out of the station, still angled sideways. You're facing a screen where you'll be able to see yourself as well as the vehicle that you designed completely wrapped around you. It's extremely clever. While the train is stationary, you'll then suddenly pivot to the right. You're now facing the track, a door will open, and you see the launch section ahead of you. Galacticoaster uses drive tires to get the vehicle up to speed. A max speed and a max height have not been released for this attraction, but I'd be shocked if it was more than like 25-30 miles per hour. You'll turn to the right up to the highest section, ducking underneath Lego pieces. They've done a really nice job with presentation here. You'll do a little S-bend, then duck to the right, dropping towards the ground, ducking underneath all these different Lego pieces. You'll see a separator directly above you. You'll turn to the left, past a screen that shows all these different Lego pieces. And this mid-course brake run right here does not actually slow you down at all. It's just more drive tires, and if anything, it actually gives you like another slight boost so you can keep the same momentum. You're flying under more Lego pieces, and as you turn to the left past this big screen, you see the asteroid ahead of you, and then suddenly your vehicle starts to rotate. The track is turning around, but you're facing the screen. Now you're going backwards and turning to the right. Suddenly you flip all the way around, do a full rotation. You'll travel around this turn and then enter the final brake run. You've safely returned to Earth, and there's one final screen ahead of you where you once again can see the vehicle that you designed and that you have safely destroyed the asteroid. It is a short but impactful ride experience. The more I rode it, the more I was really aware that, yeah, man, this thing is not very long at all. Less than 1,500 feet of track. But with how many young kids are going to be riding this, you gotta think they probably didn't want to make it too long so it didn't become too much for some people. This park is meant to be a stepping stone, maybe before you'd even get to Disney. But they've done a good job creating a comfortable experience that really appeals to everyone. This specific version opened as a replacement for an old Vekoma family suspended coaster that was an uninteresting, off-the-shelf layout that also had the potential to bang you around a bit. The last new roller coaster Legoland Florida built was the Great Lego Race in 2011, and that was a relocation from Legoland Windsor. If we want to go back to ground-up new roller coasters here, it was in 2004 before this was even a Lego park. Coastersaurus and Dragon opened under different names when this park was known as Cypress Gardens Adventure Park. That's crazy. And I've overall been impressed at Merlin's new roller coasters at their Lego parks. We got a B&M Family Wing Coaster for Germany, dueling family boomerangs for Windsor and Billund, 2 B&M Family Inverts, one for Shanghai and then Shenzhen, and now 2 indoor roller coasters for Florida and California. Right now, the Lego parks are some of Merlin's top performing properties, and I feel like Merlin Magic Making has been stepping it up as of the past several years. They feel more thoughtful and personalized. For a long time, it was like, you get a dragon, you get a dragon, you get a dragon, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I guess. This, I believe, is the most interesting and the overall best singular attraction they've built. It has a well-developed story, it's interactive, the layout is interesting, and it introduces unique rider sensations. That checks about every box you could ask for a kid's coaster. So for Galacticoaster's final score, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think I would have liked just maybe an extra turn, just so it doesn't feel like noticeably short. But I guess if anything, it's more of an incentive to get back in line. For a new attraction, it also ran pretty smooth. The only times I noticed any imperfections were on the end seats, and it was just a jolt or two on some of those swooping turns. No big deal, there's a good chance you won't even notice. I just think it's so cute that they actually built like essentially a miniature version of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and that it's less than an hour away from the actual Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. If you find yourself in Central Florida or Southern California, definitely go give this ride a shot. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So let me know down in the comments below if you've had the opportunity to experience Galacticoaster, if you agree with the points that I brought up, and if you're new to the channel, please go check out the Coaster Reviews playlist full of reviews from rides all across the world. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.